morning. Today we're going to be cleaning up our rivers, checking out the towns of Ladigan and Gronskill, and catching up with the Pirate King Lander Stone. Welcome back to MorningCraft. So, in the last episode, we put a tremendous amount of effort into refining our town centre. But one of its main features is this natural waterway that runs through it. And once we pass the mill, it's a real mess. And so today we're going to change that. I started by reworking this entire north bank of the river. I brought up some walls to keep this nice and retained. And as we can see the fireworks display on the bridge, it's time to lay out our plans for this river. We're going to be placing a much smaller bridge underneath the main one. And this is going to be one for people in the centre of the Vale. We're going to have a lovely dock area here. And then all the way back at Inslake, we're going to have this fortress with a little bit of a bridge in the middle and a tower in that middle island. But once we're inside of this fortress, I want this to be something like Cambridge. I want small boats carrying people all around the village. And so I flattened out this walkway here, using some dirt to make sure it's a nice, even bit of terrain. And with the north side done, it's time to switch to the south side of the river. But first, let's take a look at where we're going to have our bridges. We're going to have our first one there in the town centre. We're going to have one here, underneath the main bridge. And then just 80 blocks away, we're going to have another bridge here. And much like the River Cam, I want to have a bridge pretty frequently. I don't want this to be too inaccessible for people who are walking. And each bridge brings a different style to each section of the river. And you can see here that I finished the south wall. It was pretty hard working with some of this terrain, making sure that the walls were high enough in certain spots and low enough in others. But I think I've done a pretty alright job, and I am looking forward to building the tower on this central island. But before we build our first bridge, it's story time.
The Pirate King Landerstone had made his way into the Silfaran mainland. After raiding numerous municipal buildings, his men had found the location of his beloved Amelie.
We're here. She's just over this hill.
As the Pirate King looked over the hill, he could see her, the woman he had lost all those years ago. The murmur of his fellow pirates blurred into silence as he gazed to the far distance. He saw his love with both husband and home. A smile beaming from her face. The soldiers prepared to raid and raze, but Lander was overcome.
Lads, sheath your blades and still your fire. For what we've sought through storm and ire is not a prize to claim or steal, but proof that time and wounds can heal. She stands alive, her spirit free, her joy as vast as any sea. I've longed for years to see her face, and now I find her in her place. No chains, no tears, no cursed call. We leave her here, untouched by all. Turn the sails, back to Velkiport. Our victory lies in her joy's report. Freedom's ours, for hers is won. Now hoist the flag, and greet the sun. Turn these ships, lads. Back to Velkiport we go. That dog is going to need our help if the rumours of the towers are true. Let's go, lads.
So Landerstone set off back to the Vereldan mainland, head held high and freed from his curse. But though the dog had not heard the rumours of strange towers across the Olufian Empire, they were true indeed.
So Lander's on his way home, but it's time to take a look at this bridge. And with a burst of excitement, here it is. This bridge runs behind the mill and through one of the supports of the main bridge. And I really like the style that this bridge has. It's sort of overgrown but beautiful at the same time. It puts this tiny bridge in the town centre to shame. But while I'm pretty proud of this brand new bridge, what amazes me even more is all the fantastic builds that are taking place on the server. I'm not the only person on here, and I wanted to show you the amazing work that's being done. So I think it's time to showcase 2 of the wonderful builds on the SMP. I don't think they're done yet, but they are incredible. First off, we have Ladder Gun. So this amazing build was built by North, or DevNSS on the Discord. And now let's take a look at the town of Gronskill. So make sure to comment any praise you have for these 2 awesome builds, and why not take part in the build competition that we have on the Discord. And there we have it, there's 2 of the wonderful 7 builds which are occurring currently on the server. But I did allude to building more than 1 bridge in today's episode, so let's move on to the next bridge. And I like to call this one the Farmer's Carry. It's a central pillar which is holding up 2 smaller bridges, and it's pretty much named after the exercise in the gym. But I think it's a very suiting name for this rather odd bridge design. There's probably a technical term for this, but I'm not sure what it is. And so here we have it, the river has come to life, it's reshaped, it's much cleaner, it has defined banks and walls, and of course, 2 new bridges. We have Millview Bridge, and then we have the Farmer's Carry. And I'm also looking forward to building our bridge with a tower as part of the fortress. And I think we're going to be focusing a lot on the fortress in the next few episodes. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you've had the most amazing morning, and I hope that continues on throughout your day. Thank you for being here. Make sure you leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next episode of MorningCraft on Monday. Yeah, also I bought a candle, which was one of my New Year's resolutions. It does smell nice.